Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Jennifer Wren from A to Z Crafty Crafters. First off, I will say I do not have a program to cut out or to edit my videos, so what you see is what you're going to get, but I will try and keep my hands in frame. That's why I've got this little mat here, so hopefully I can keep in frame. I do apologise if I don't. I'd like to thank all my old subscribers. Thank you so kindly for following me. And I'd like to give a big thank you and hugs to all my new subscribers. I thank you so kindly for joining me on my journey with YouTube. I'm not there to become real big, but if I get a lot, that is fine. I really appreciate that, and I just love all you guys for doing that. This is my therapy, so I enjoy doing my videos. Today I'm going to carry on. Oh, and if you've just joined in, sorry, if you've just joined in to watch the video, I thank you guys. Don't forget to press the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed my video by the end, please leave a comment and hit that like button. And I just thank you so much. Last video I did was on making paper beads from Christmas cards. I can't wait to the shops start bringing out Christmas cards so I can go on to the dollar stores and buy up Christmas cards. They come up so beautiful. So out of all the ones that I did, which is quite a few, if you just go back and look on my other video, this is the one that I chose because I think it will look pretty cool with what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make some earrings, but I've already pre-made my findings, but I will do a finding or a couple of findings and show you guys how I did this, and it's really fun. It's just really good. It's all to do with wire, and I've got a thingamajig, whatever they call it. Years ago they were called a wig jig. My traditional so-called wig jig was made from a big hunk of wood my dad made when I was only a young girl. It's going back a long time ago. Would have been, what am I, 70 now, so it'd have been 10, so it goes back a long way, and I still got that big hunk of wood. And when I find it in my travels, I have got it packed up in my craft stuff, which I haven't fully unpacked since I've moved into this house. And I used to use my pegs as broken bone knitting needles with my mum's. Mind you, sometimes I used to go and pinch her knitting needles that were pretty good, and Mum would find them a bit broken, but yeah, I used to get in a lot of trouble. But anyway, but you can buy these now, and you can make your own. And if you haven't got knitting needles, cut little bits, cut the nails, the ends off the nails, but please file them back, or grind them back so that they're blunt on top. I'd hate anybody to get hurt. So yeah, they're quite easy to make. With this one here, you've got all different sizes that come with this. You get 2 of these size here and 2 of the real big ones, and then you get these little small ones, and then you also have one a little bit bigger than the little small ones. I've got black dots on here so that you can see, although it's not showing up very much when I wrap it around. If you can sort of see, I've got little black dots on there. I haven't got them down here on the earrings here for the earrings. So I've made my own earrings. I made my own jump rings, as you can see. The jump rings were made from a little hammer, which we will use today also. And You can also make jump rings from anything, like tent pegs. These go back to my silversmithing days. A knitting needle. Whatever you have handy, you can use. What else do we need? Wire is most important. We have 20 gauge dead soft wire and 18 gauge dead soft wire. I have my metal block, which I bang and flatten out my tools on, by findings on. If you haven't got one of them, you can use a hammer. Okay, this one here has been well and truly used. To use a soft dead wire on that, I got a lot of marks from it, so this side hasn't been damaged yet, so it's pretty flat. So if you got a hammer and an old axe, use that. What else do we use? Files is to file down your wire where that one's got a bit of a sharp point on it. You can use a nail file and it will flatten it down. As you see there, that's flat. You can see the little flat end on it. So you can use those. If you're lucky enough to have jewellery files, which mine are pretty old, these go back into my silversmithing days. So I've got those. A kid's hammer, which is very hard plastic. It has a funny end on there where you can see there's a join seam in there. So I sanded it all down with a nail file and made it all flat. And that helps to flatten them out also, without using anything so heavy like this one here. That's an impressive art. So you can use that. Also you can have a chance of having one of these. These come from you can get from the hardware. These are removable. This is only a little new one that I bought. Mine was quite a heavier one, but these were all marked and really worn out, the rubber, and that was all marked. So that's a rubber, that's an acrylic end there. To shape my earrings, I use a broom handle, which is my big paper bead roller. I use the handle for that. I straighten that one on there. And also it's got little markings on that, which I use my little tiny hammer there on that there. So you can use that. And the other one I used was my bracelet mandrel, and I flattened that one out. Look, bring it down in frame, put it there. Whoops, it's not going to sit. And I flattened that one out on my bracelet mandrel. So we will get started now with my wire. I'll straighten my wire out a bit just by putting it through my hands. I could use my acrylic plier thing, but they're so hard to open. They need a bit of oil on them, I think. So I've got that flattened out there. I have this all prepared. If you get a chance or haven't joined JJ's Paper Bead Buddies and More, there will be a link in the bottom of the descriptions. Just go there and go in and ask to join the group. You will find freebies. I do put freebies up in there of different bead patterns, and I'll put this in there also. It'll be marked, but only thing that will be on another piece of paper. And you'll also get one of these that you can print out also. Don't mind the marking of the squares. That was done on a piece of paper before I decided to scan it. So what I've done now, I've matched up my beads, my pegs, I mean to say, because with the pegs they've got little rubbers underneath, little tubes that holds it in place. It stops them falling apart. I've got my one peg, then I've missed two holes here, if I can find something I can use. So I've got one here and I've got a peg there. Go across one and I've got a hole there and a peg there. So this will all be in on the freebie in my paper bead Facebook page. So then I go down 1, 2, 3, then I put another peg. I go across one and it's all in one line there. Miss one and put a peg. Then I'll come 1, 2 and then I put a peg. Okay. So I'll start wrapping and I just stick it in the hole there. Which way do I go around? Oops. Go around, come out. So I'm just going to wrap it around and then pull it tight. So I'm just pulling it tight. So then I come down to this one. Then I come round here and then back up to that one. I can fix that up there. There's a bit of a gap there, but I'll pull that tight when I go to finish off. Then I'll bring it back around that one. Oh, it keeps coming out. Please stay. To hold it down. Sorry, my finger's in the way. And then I hold it and then I'll pull it back around that one. And then I bring it back around that one and back down here, and then I twist it around and I pull it tight. So I'll just push it all down, make sure everything's down. I'll undo that one out of there so I can pull that around tighter. Okay, and then that's what it's going to look like there. So we'll just move that off and then I'll cut with my flush pliers, just snip it in there to take that piece off. Okay. Wear safety glasses because the wires do fly. I'm lucky I wear glasses. So I have been whacked in the eye with wire, also super glue. So it's important that you wear glasses. And I think I need to twist that one around. So I'm just going to twist that around like that because I got it the wrong way. And same with that one. It's very easy to twist it around. Like that. And then they just push it in together and it looks like that. See? We'll do another one of that. So I'll have to go around that way. And I'll push it down. I'll pull it tight. Need to go tight. Okay, then I'll bring it around and then I'll bring it back up behind that peg there. It's gone behind it. So I'll bring it round in front and behind this peg. Then I'll bring it around in front and behind in the other peg. And then I'll bring it behind there and wrap it around like so, pull it tight, and it looks like that. So I use my flush cutters, cut that off there. Thank you. And I'll cut that one off there. I think my little flush cutter's getting a little bit blunt. Cut that off a little bit more. And I'll cut that one off a little bit more. Okay, then it looks like that. So then I push it in like so. Oops, too far. And it looks like that. Okay, so we'll get rid of that wire. I'll put that one over there. So I'll just make sure I got these squeezing them down to make sure they're right. That's that one. Do the same with this one. They're really hard for me to open, so I've got to push them on my desk to open them up. And I've got them like that. So I'll close that one off a little bit. Close that one in a little bit there. That one's pretty closed in there. So now what I'm going to do is to hammer. First off, I'm just going to toughen it up a bit, strengthen it up a bit, so I'm just sort of hitting. I hope the noise is not so bad for you guys. So I'll turn it over and then I'll hammer it again. And I'll do the same with the other one. Turn it over. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to hammer it to flatten it some. So I'm going to hit it with a bit of a force. Oh, it's got my finger that time. So I'll turn it over. That's flattening it some, so I'll go to a harder hammer. I'll just mute this while I'm hammering. So I hammered it down some. You can see where it's flattening out. So I'll go and do the same to the other one, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I've got them hammered down. As you can see, they're pretty sturdy now, and they're flat. Now if I wanted to put a pattern on one, I'll close that up a little bit. I'm just going to close that up tiny little bit, like so. Close that one up a tiny little bit. So now I'm going to use this end here. We'll mute it so that hopefully it does, and it doesn't make a big racket. Okay, now I've hammered that, and it's got a little pattern to it now. I hope you can see it. And now there's a little bit of a rough edge there. I'm going to get my file, and then I'm just going to file it a tiny little bit to take that off, because you don't want anything sharp that's going to cause discomfort to anyone. Another piece in there. Use the round piece on that one. Another one there. So if you just look, you will see if there's any part that needs a bit of filing to it, so it's not rough where it can hurt anyone, especially when you're selling them. So I'm just going to move that in again. So that's that one done. This one I'm going to leave like that. I'm not going to put marking on that one. I can make a mate for these later. I just want to show you guys how I've done my others. I need to... Okay, now what I'm going to do is to shape them. So I'm going to put one on here, and I'll move that out of the road, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to use my rubber part of my, and bring it over. Sorry for the noise. I do apologise for that. So there's that one there. It's got a nice round bow to it, so to speak. So that one's pretty. So now I'll change it to the other one, but I will press the mic on this one to stop the noise. So now that's using my mandrel, my bracelet mandrel. So it doesn't have much of a roll sort of thing as what this one here has. Okay, so that's what I've done with those. Now to do my jump rings, and then I'll go on to how I did my earrings. I used the handle of this, and I use my 20 gauge wire. So I just hold on to a little bit on there, and then I just roll it around, keeping them pretty close, pushed in together. I only do a few so I can still have enough wire. So that's how I did these, and then I just pull it off. Okay, then I go along with my flush cutters, and then I just cut. So there's one jump ring. Okay, so then I'll go again, and I'll cut it there again. Then I've got another jump ring. So you just go right along until you get all your jump rings cut. So there's another one. Okay, so that's how I did my jump rings, to whatever size that you would like to do. So I'll get these things out of the road. Now I'm going to do my earring findings. So once again, I need to make sure I've got a nice, I don't want to be digging myself with it. So what I did with my earrings, I put one hole in, and I made sure there was one hole there. If you can see, there's a hole just there. So I've got one hole for each. So then the next row down, I got one peg and then another peg on the opposite side of my, if I find my Nico, and again it will also go in the group. I hope you can see that. I'm looking for my felt pen, but I think it hit the floor. Oh no, here we go. So I'm just going to put big dots on them so they can be seen. It's easier to see with a big black dot, I think. If I had a red pen, I'd use a red one. So I'm going to use my 20 gauge wire. So I'm just going to hold it here. I'm going to wrap it around like that, so it looks like that. Then I'm going to bring it around, up and around, and then back around there like that. Okay, only one you wrap it around is the first one, so I'll cut that one off. I'll fix the length of it after. So I'll push that down. So I'll go back over the top of that one so that they're equal. So once again I'll wrap it around, holding it, and go around the big one and back down the small one. Now I'll just chop it off to be the same. So it's the same length, and then I'll remove them from my peg. So there we got our earring findings. Put that one out of the road. Then I will just cut. And once again I will hammer these, but these will only be hammered with the rubber part of the hammer, because that will just sort of toughen them up a little bit. So then I'll push them back into shape, like so. And then I'll get my and then I'll just mute this, turn my speaker off so that you won't deafen you, but you will see what I'm doing. So when I hammer, I'll hammer one side a bit, then I'll turn it over, ham it, then I'll turn it over and ham it, but I'm not going to hit it hard because I don't want it to flatten out. So here we go. Oops, I hit my camera. That one flew somewhere, so I don't know where it flew. So there we go there, and then I'll just check, and if that's sharp, I will then go to my file. Oops. And then file it down. Okay, so that's how I did my earring findings. So now we'll start putting our earrings together. I have to find my other earring. I don't know where it disappeared to. So I'll just undo this and put out some beads. See which ones I want to use. So I'll get that out of the road. Okay, that one needs to be broken. So I'm just going to make one pair of earrings up. I'm not going to do the both. I'll just do the one. So I need my earring finding to make sure I got the same length. Those two there the same. So I need some findings. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but we will put some out and just go from there. I'll need some. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. So I've got some there. So I've got some head pins. These got little balls on the end of them. So I'll see. That one might be a nice little one. And that's too big. That might be a little one. Yes, I like that one. So see if we can find another one like it. So it's like, yeah, there's another one there. Yeah, I like that one. So I'm going to put that. Now I'll use my round nose pliers. Round nose, here we go. So I'm just going to pull that aside like that. And I'm just going to wrap this over the top like that and bring it round behind, and I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times, quite tight. And I'll snip that off. Then I'll make sure I've got no Sharpie pieces out, so they're not going to catch anyone. Okay. Ooh, I think I got my, let me use a jump ring. Hopefully they're big enough to go around the both. So I'm just twisting it towards me and from me. So I'll put that one in there. One in there. I might put two on that so that it will, I don't want it to come undone, so I'll put another one on. I like to use two. It sort of makes it a bit more secure, so you're not losing your earrings or your beads. They're not coming away from. So I'll put that one in there. I need two. One stay still. There we go, we got it. So now I'll close it up. So there we go. We'll get that one out of the road. So I want another two like that. If I can find, it's one. Yeah, that's them. I wonder if I should put another. I'll see how that goes. I'm just debating whether I should put another one up the top, but we shall see how it pans out. No, not like that. So I'll put two jump rings up there. Open it up, and I might add, that one's gone bye-byes. Not sure where it flew to, but find it later. Okay, do another one. I think I'll add another bead up the top there. Okay, and now I'll use this wire, I think. Because I'm going to bring it around and cross it over. Oh, that's not very nice, is it? Wrong pliers, that's why it doesn't look real good. Okay. So I'm going to oops, wrong ones again. So I'm just going to hold that, and then I'm going to twist my wire around. It's a bit big, but anyway, if I don't like it later, I can pull it off and redo it. I definitely made it a bit big, didn't I? Don't like that, so I'm going to cut it off. It's just ended up too big. Far too big. I didn't want it as big as that. I'll go to a small. That's a lot better. I'm just twisting my wire around. I'm going to cut it off. Tidy that up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to add my bead. That one on. Then I will add a bead on top of that. Then I will add another Yeah, I do like that better. So bend it over, and I'm going to do the same thing by wrapping my wire around. Bring it around, cross in front, and then wrap my wire around twice. Okay, and then I will cut that off with my flush side, flat side facing the right way. Then I'm just going to squeeze that in, but I've got no Sharpie pieces hanging out. Yeah, so now I'm going to add my earring. There, and I'll close it up. So there's our earring. I think that is so sweet. I do like that. So now we'll do the other one the same way. I'll find some more little findings like that. That's one, need for two, and I have to, three, that's not one, that one, yeah, four. Okay, so one. Now find my beads, nice shaped bead. That's not a nice shape, that's a nice shape. That one, that one. So I'm just going to wrap this around a couple of times. These head pins are just so soft. So cut that, flush that one off. And I'll push it in, squeeze it in. That's not going to hurt anyone. Yeah. Now I'll grab two. And whoops a days, and I've lost it. So I'll add my second one. Oops a days. just wanting to fly away on me. Okay, like that one. Now I need 2 more of those, and I need 2 more. That's 1. Okay, where's my bag? There we go. 2. And I'll use my wire, that's right. So I'm going to put my 2 jump rings on first. I'll just pause this while I put my jump rings on so I'm not boring everybody. So I've just added my other 2 jump rings on. I was chasing up jump rings. So now I'm just going to wire wrap this little piece here. Cut that off. Squeeze them together. I'm just going to cut that off. Then I'm going to add my finding, my little cap there. Then I'm going to look for another nice little bead. And I'll add another cap. Then I'm going to finish that off. Just fold it over, twist it around, grab my pliers and twist it around a couple of times. And I'm going to cut that off. Make sure I squeeze that one in. It's not going to hurt anyone. Whoops, still a bit there. Come on, squeeze in. That's fine. Then I will add my earring. Add my earring on that. And I'll close it up. And then we got a pair of nice earrings. There we go. So we got a nice pair of earrings. I hope you ladies enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you guys. And that's just wire wrapping or wig jigging and also paper beads all added in one. Thank you guys. So if you like this video, please subscribe if you have not already done that. Press the like button, ring that bell, and leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to go and join JJ's Paper Bead Buddies and more. All the links will be down in the bottom. Thank you for joining. Bye. God bless.